दंडवत प्रणाम। हरे कृष्ण। Is my voice audible? Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Please. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
दंडवत प्रणाम। रजनी माता। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna.
ओके। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम् श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायिते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। Thank you for joining. I am thinking, um, hopefully, Krishna willing, we will be able to do Tuesday and Wednesday every week, um, to cover the course very quickly. We will do the fifth verse today and the sixth verse tomorrow. Okay, so the fifth one speaks about the fourth one. Okay, the first one, we'll just quick recap. The first one was uh, controlling the urges. Urge to speak, manasa, mind, krodha, anger, um, vacho vegam, manasa, krodha vegam, jiva, tongue, udara prastha, belly and genitals. And one who can tolerate these six urges, he becomes fit to accept disciples all over the world. Then the second verse speaks about the things which are not favorable to bhakti, and they were mm, atyahara, over endeavoring, overeating, prayasa. Atyahara is overeating or over accumulating, overindulging. Um, prayasa, uh, too much work in this material world and less time for Krishna. Atyahara, prayasa, niyamagraha, not willing to follow the rules and regulations of bhakti, or hesitant to follow them, or not following them. Niyamagra, atyahara, prayasascha, prajalpo, um, uh, talking things which are detrimental to bhakti. We discuss 8 kinds among them. Prajalpa Niyamagraha, then Jana Sangha cha Laulam cha. Jana Sangha, bad association, associating with those who are non-devotees, and being greedy for material achievements. These things, Shadbir Bhakti, Vinashyati. These six things will destroy our bhakti. Then Rupa Goswami describes the 6 things that will enhance or develop our bhakti. Utsaha, being enthusiastic, to hear, to chant, to associate, to read. Utsaha Nishchayat, being confidence that if I practice devotional service, that is the ultimate thing to do. Um, by that, I will attain perfection in this life and develop my dormant love for Krishna. Nishchayat, Dhairyat, be patient, being patient. Um, we may be enthusiastic today, but it will take its own time for the love to develop. Utsaha, mm, Nishadharya, Tat Tat Karma Pravartanat. Following the rules and regulations of bhakti as described in the scriptures. Um, then again, Jana Sangha comes here, associating with devotees, um, or avoiding association of non-devotees, Sangha Tyagat. And Satovritti. Satovritti is practicing the way our Goswamis have taught us, by example and by words, and how our acharyas, our spiritual masters, our Srila Prabhupada, how they have taught us. Satovritti, following in their footsteps. Shadbir Bhakti Vinashyati. Sorry, Pranashyati. It will help us advance. Then the last week we discussed about how to develop loving exchanges between devotees. Um, how to, and the importance of having loving exchanges. Um, Also, we saw that if somebody is say unhappy with us, or we want to develop a relationship, these things, these 6 exchanges will help. And they were mm, accepting prasad when they offer us, um, going and giving something to them, or inviting them to our home, revealing our mind confidentially and hearing what they have to say. If they reveal their mind, we hear them. And if we have to speak, then we speak confidentially with them, like a confidential exchange of words, keeping Krishna in the center. And then, if they have something for us, accept it, and give them something, uh, giving gifts. So these 6 things will help us develop a loving exchange with devotees. At the same time, we saw how these loving exchanges should be avoided with the impersonalists, Mayavadis, atheist, agnostic. But those who are favorable, we should develop loving relationship with them. Now, this verse speaks about how to deal with different kinds of devotees. So, there are three kinds of devotees and how to deal with them. There is Kanishtadikari, there is Madhyamadikari, there is Uttamadikari. Introduction and then conclusion. So who is a Kanishtadikari? First, basic introduction, Srila Prabhupada says, we are a Vaishnava society. And in a Vaishnava society, there are so many devotees, and everyone is on a different platform. Some are very advanced, some are very beginners, and then there is all level in between. um, and Kanishta Madhyama is not based on number of years in bhakti. One can be Uttamadikari by birth, Madhyamadikari by birth, Kanishtadikari, or one can begin in this life. And um, how to deal with different kinds of devotees and what are the symptoms of those devotees is discussed here. So, what is Kanishtadikari? He has received Harinam initiation. There are two kind of initiation. There is Harinam initiation and there is Brahman initiation. Harinam initiation is the first initiation. We receive the Maha Mantra from Shri Guru. Srila Prabhupada said the requirement for Harinam initiation is chanting 16 rounds for 1 year. And then there is Brahman initiation, where one receives the Gayatri mantra. It is also, yeah, Gayatri mantra helps us to develop or remain in the mode of goodness. Um, like if we see the day also changes, morning is mode of goodness, afternoon mode of passion, evening is mode of ignorance, or night basically is mode of ignorance. And these mode changes. And that's why there are something called Sandhya. Sandhya means when the modes changes. Like 6 a.m. in the morning, there is a change from ignorance to goodness. Then noon, there is a change from goodness to passion. And then 6 p.m. in the evening, there is a change from, or it goes uh, with the sun, basically. When the sun comes up, or when the sun is on the peak, and when the sun sets, they are called three sandhyas, and that time chanting Gayatris, which is empowered when we receive from a bona fide spiritual master. Otherwise, the effect won't be there. Mm. That helps us to maintain goodness despite the variations. And that is Brahman initiation is also the requirement for worship of the deities. So Kanishtadikari received Harinam initiation, faithfully worship the deities. He has lot of faith in deities. Now, received Harinam initiation, it's not necessary that if somebody is not Harinam initiated, it is more of a secondary, received Harinam initiation is more of a secondary qualification. Um, because, like, especially previously, people would come and Srila Prabhupada says, if you're chanting even 6 months, sometime Prabhupada will give first initiation. But now in today's ISKCON world, there are people who are chanting sincerely for many, many years and have developed a lot of faith and everything, but um, and they are not initiated yet for various reasons. Some spiritual master, they actually give initiation after minimum 5 years also, and one is continuing. Different people are continuing from previous lives. Um, so received. Okay, so continuing faithful worship of deities. Kanishtadikari, they have faith in Krishna. Deities, they have a lot of affection for deities. Then they don't know how to behave with devotees. Um, they value Krishna, but they don't know how to value devotees. Or they value Krishna much more than they value devotees. Um, like one person, he came and he was doing some seva. And he said, I am doing this seva only for Krishna. I don't care about others. Only to please Krishna I am doing this. Which is a good thing, but then it is more of a Kanishtadikari platform where I am doing it. Or a Madhyamadikari, Uttamadikari, he becomes more concerned about developing relationship with devotees and trying to please devotees. They become more like or like equally they value devotees and the Lord also. So they don't know how to behave with devotees. Sometimes they may use derogatory words, criticize, um, or proper behavior is not there with devotees. So that's one symptom. Then they don't know how to behave with general public, um, or they think that I'm a devotee and this person is agnostic, he is atheist, fallen soul. So in this way, they um, put themselves on a higher pedestal, or they think that I'm very advanced. Those are symptoms of Kanishta Adhikari, because it is also mentioned the more one progress in bhakti, the more one becomes humble, and the more one feels that I'm not a devotee. Uttamadhikari thinks I'm not a devotee, and Kanishta Adhikari thinks that I'm very, very close to Krishna. Many times I have seen when people come in the very beginning and they experience the holy name for a few weeks, then they feel like, I think Sham, I've got it. I have nailed it down. I say, congratulations, Prabhu, wonderful. So in a way, and then sometimes they go away and they break regulated principles also. Um, so that's like um, that. There is a word called pure devotee syndrome, where one in the beginning feels that he is very advanced devotee, but as one progresses, one becomes very um, grounded, and that is a blessing of bhakti, that one becomes very grounded. Then one is attached to women and money. Um, I mean, he chants, but his desire is there. He has some desire to progress because it's peaceful, but then he wants to fulfill his material demands and desires also. Um, or he is not steady yet, and he maintains material attachments. Those devotees, we don't take instructions from them. We um, we associate with them. We should associate with them to help them, and they should always be respected. One should not find fault in them. By no means Rupa Goswami allows to find fault in anybody, because anybody who is chanting the holy name of Krishna is a Vaishnava. Um, and a Vaishnava should be respected, because even if it is said, even if one chants the holy name of Krishna once, they become very dear to Krishna. So it is said that how do we deal with Kanishta Adhikari? One should mentally honor them. Um, so the minimum bar is mentally honor. Uh, okay. Any question on Kanishta Adhikari?
Um, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. It's
Rajni?
not on the yes, Prabhu. It's not on the Kanishta Adhikari, Prabhu. It's about the Gayatri chanting. Uh, can can someone chant the Gayatri while he is Kanishta Adhikari or beginner? I
Mataji,
mean the
see,
Gayatri. Yeah.
Gayatri, yeah. I mean, it is like Gayatri is usually the second initiation. There is initiation when one receives Gayatri from Guru. Um, that um, it is empowered when one receives it from Guru. Um,
Okay,
one
okay.
one can be a Kanishtadhikari and chant Gayatri. Yes. Kanishtadhikari, as I said, it is not based on number of years, but uh, it is the symptoms, other symptoms, and faith based on that. Um, um, but it is best when it comes from Guru, then the Gayatri Mantra will be empowered. Otherwise, the
Empowered.
effect won't be there. Okay. Mataji.
That much of effect won't be there, Prabhu.
And actually, this Bhakti Shastri is to help us get Gayatri Diksha. That's the course requirement for that. That's why we are doing this course.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Any other
Thank you,
questions?
Prabhuji. Okay. So Prabhuji, anyone who is chanting 16 rounds get Diksha from the Guru, There is no Bhakti Shastri course required, right?
Not for first initiation, Mata.
Okay, okay, Prabhu. Yeah, that was, yeah, my confusion was that. My
Yeah,
question was that. Only 16 round is the rule.
16 rounds and the four legs is the only
And the
requirement.
four, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, got it. Sir. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Rashmi Mata.
Mm.
Okay. One whose faith is soft and pliable is called a neophyte, but by gradually following the process, he will rise to the platform of first class devotee. Uh, Another symptom of Kanishta Adhikari, their faith is not very strong, or there is a chance that they can go away from bhakti. That's why it is said they should protect their devotion very carefully. It is also recommended that they don't like sometime dealing with friends who are not devotees or revealing our practices to them. Sometime it may be detrimental. Okay, now three kinds of neophyte. There is Prakrita Sahajiya, Prakrita Bhakta, and Harinam Bhakta. Prakrita Sahajiya chants Hare Krishna casually. Once in a while they chant. One round, sometimes it's not happening. Prakrita Bhakta chants 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra daily. Harinam Bhakta also chants 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra daily. Prakrita Sahajiya attached to women, money, and intoxication. Prakrita Bhakta follows four regulative principles. So we see devotees, they chant casually. Sometimes they chant, but then they may break regulative principles also here and there eventually. Uh, but some of them, they become more sincere and they become very strict with following the regulative principles and very strict with their chanting. Uh, Then Harinam Bhakta also follow the four regulative principles. Then Prakrita Sahajiya has faith that Krishna is God. Um, yeah, Krishna is God. So that's like, okay, now they enter into the like um, um, this class they enter. At least if somebody doesn't have Krishna is God, then they are not yet in any of the three classes of devotees. Devotee means one who knows who God is. Otherwise, whose devotee are we if we don't? These are three kinds of devotees. So has faith that Krishna is God. Um, then some may be chanting 16 rounds, following four regulative principles, but their faith is only in Guru and Krishna. They are Prakrita Bhakta, and they don't uh, have proper etiquette of dealing with devotees. And Harinam Bhakta, their mood is to serve Vaishnavas, Guru and Krishna. Um, then respected within one's mind, but their association should be avoided. Those who break regulative principles, um, we give them association, but we don't closely intermingle with them. Less association is preferable. Just whatever is required to um, um, like discuss the Shastra, chant, do perform Kirtan together, and less um, uh, respectful distance. Respect in mind, keep respectful distance, and every meeting encourage them to do bhakti more. And by that, they will gradually come to the platform of Prakrita Bhakta. Such a person should respect such a person within his mind and should be shown favor. Favor means you give more, like you um, maybe more association, more guidance, a lot of love and affection to them, um, help them to further. This is how one should associate with Prakrita Bhakta. And Harinam Bhakta should be offered respectful obeisances, body, mind, and words. Harinam Bhakta is like very fixed up devotee, very sincerely serves Guru and Krishna and Vaishnavas, chant 16 rounds every day very sincerely, follow four acts very sincerely. And this devotee gradually um, transition to Madhyama Bhakta. So these are various because um, 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 three layers of Kanishta Bhakta. Okay. Any discussion so far? Okay, then there is Madhyama Bhakta. Madhyama Bhakta is intermediate stage. So this comes in 11th canto Bhagavata. The Navayogendras, Maharaj Nimi asked this question to Navayogendras. Tell me about the different kinds of devotees and what are their symptoms. How do we know what kind of devotee one is? Then one of the Navayogendras, who were the nine sons of Lord Rishabdev or the brother of Bharat Maharaj, one of them says, Prema Maitri Kripa Upeksha. Prema means they love Krishna. Maitri means they make friendship with devotees. Kripa means they show mercy to innocent. And upeksha means they avoid the envious, those who are atheistic or those um, who are against, they just don't associate with them, avoid them, avoid the envious. Mercy to um, mercy or favor to those who are relatively new to Krishna consciousness. Friendship, deep friendship with devotees, lot of loving exchanges, and serve and love Lord Shri Krishna. Then they are initiated. They are inconclusive in their shastric understanding. Um, If, like for example, uh, maybe some Mayavadi comes and they have some discussion with a Madhyamadikari. So they may not be able to quote various shastras and defeat their conceptions. Or there are so many different types of sects in Hinduism um, or various religions. So they may not be able to conclusively establish the Siddhanta of Bhakti and Bhakti to Krishna. Um, they may like yeah. So their faith, they're faithful. Their faith is undeterred. Undeterred means they won't deviate. Somebody may come and quote many verses and say what you are doing is this. Like um, they may come and they may say, you offer food to God and the plate is as it is. It's all sentiment. It's just a statue and it's just sentiment you are doing and there is nothing in it. So that person may not be able to quote from Brahma Samhita, quote from Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Brahma Samhita also says, Angani Sakalendra Vritti Panti, that the Lord can accept the offering through any of his senses. All his senses are perfect. Um, um, or there are probably many more Shastric references to that. So one may not be able to like um, save the Siddhanta. One may be shaken up. Yeah, what do I do? One may become disturbed. I saw this, I heard this devotee doing this. So one may become disturbed. But the next day again, that devotee will get up, chant his rounds, make the bhoga, offer to Krishna. So their determination won't shake. They will keep doing the same thing. They're very steady, very steady. These Madhyamadikaris are those who have crossed the stage of anarthas. They are now at a stage of nishtha, uh, very fixed. Madhyamadikari are also those whenever they chant, they can do roop smaran, or the form of Krishna will appear in their mind every time they chant. Madhyamadikaris. Um, um, yeah, they have good amount of taste. They are very fixed, very steady, full faith, but they may be shaken up here and there, but that does not uh, that does not bring any change in their activities. Full on, they continue Krishna service still. Okay, uh, so that's Madhyamadikari. Uh, any discussion? Madhyamadikari, Nishtadikari symptoms, Madhyamadikari symptoms. So the main difference between Kanishta and Madhyama, one is their determination is not so strong. They are struggling with anarthas. Their faith is weak and pliable. They don't have maitri or loving relationship with devotees, or Basically, they value Krishna or Guru only, not other devotees they don't value so much. Um, okay, then
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Can I ask a question?
yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I'm trying to understand. I think I'm kind of confused about the classification. So neophytes are under the Kanishta and then comes Kanishta then comes Madhyamadhikari, right?
I mean, there are three divisions of Kanishta Adhikari. Kanishta is a long stage. Kanishta is a long stage. Uh, it begins with somebody who is just coming recently, um, um, chants casually, um, still breaks the regulatory principles, still like to come to programs. Um, Two, those who are initiated, very sincerely practicing, um, um, sincere in regulative principles. Material desires may be there, anarthas may be there, but they don't act on it. They serve Vaishnavas. They are very sincerely practicing. So one stage, so there are various kinds. Everyone falls under Kanishtadika. I mean, these various kinds. Unless somebody comes to the stage of cross anatha stage, and one develops some like love and friendship toward devotees. And when these symptoms comes, they may not be very conclusive. They may not have read all the scriptures, but they are very steady. That is Madhyamadika.
So Prabhuji, the kind of the neophyte who has received Harinam initiation is Harinam Bhakta, but the other twos, they haven't, other two, Prakrit Bhakta and Prakrit Sahajya, they haven't received Harinam initiation, right?
Prakrita Bhakta may have received Harinam initiation, may have, but the difference between Prakrita Bhakta and Harinam Bhakta is certainly initiation, but difference between Prakrita Bhakta and Harinam Bhakta, Prakrita Bhakta has faith in Krishna and Guru only, and Harinam Bhakta, he becomes more and more in relationship with devotees, serving Vaishnavas on a whole community, respecting devotees. His behavior becomes more favorable. Like, because if we go to Goloka, um, we are mostly with devotees, and the love between devotees is very deep. So that integrating um, in that Vaishnav Vaishnav Sangha in a Vaishnav way and developing loving relationship.
Prabhuji, that makes sense. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Understood, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, I got actually only confused by the first slide of yours, Kanishta and at the bottom in yellow color it said one whose faith is soft and pliable. So I thought maybe it starts with neophyte and then it goes to Kanishta then Madhyamadhikari, but I understand now that it starts there are three stages of neophyte or Kanishta
Yeah.
which turns into Harinam. Thank you so much.
Also, Rupa Goswami mentions like there is Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama. Then there is Kanishta, Madhyama, Kanishta, Uttama, which is basically middle Kanishta, advanced Kanishta, beginner Kanishta. Then Rupa Goswami also says there is Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama. Then Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama, Madhyama, Uttama. So then we cross over and then we go to Kanishta,
Is
which
that an NOD, Prabhuji?
that is in NODS. Thank you. And Madhyamadhikari stage is also very large. Kanishta stage is very large. Madhyamadhikari stage is very large. Same. So many variations in Uttamadhikari also. Starts from where and ends to where. These are all various uh, gradation of devotees. Okay. Any other discussion? Any other question? Kanishta and Madhyama. Okay. When a neophyte devotee is actually initiated and engaged in devotional service by the orders of spiritual master, he should be accepted immediately as a bona fide Vaishnava. and obeisance should be offered to him. Anybody who chants, one should respect, even if um, this is very important actually. One should not find fault in a devotee. Rupa Goswami leaves no room to find fault in devotees. Even if and they are taking weeds, they are having illicit sex with somewhere else, they are whatever going for gambling match and then come um, and go and eat beef and then come. Still, one should offer them respect. Rupa Goswami says. Those are like Prakrita Sahajya, but then they have some faith Krishna is God. Everyone begins from, like we are all, in a way, we are all conditioned soul now before we come to Krishna. And now a conditioned soul, if he wants to be delivered, if he wants to attain self-realization, he's conditioned because of the association, the family he is born, the nation he is born into. Anybody born in America, it's natural for them to follow four regulatory principles every day. And this is like their lifestyle actually. But then if but they also needs a chance to realize that they are part and parcel of Krishna. So in that way, everyone should be offered respect. But there is a different way that we deal with different level of devotees. We don't deal with seniors or those who are equals or those who are beginners or those who are very first timers in the same way. And that etiquette Rupa Goswami is discussing through this verse. So they should be even okay. Out of so Prabhupada says um, one may get initiated, accept a spiritual master, and if somebody becomes like somebody takes that route, then they should be offered obeisances. Obeisances should be offered unto him. Now, out of many such Vaishnavas who basically are who have come to Krishna, chant 16 rounds, sincere, there are so many. There are like hundreds of thousands of devotees in ISKCON society. So, out of many such devotees, one may be found to be very seriously engaged. Some may be very sincere, very serious, and some may be practicing, um, but maybe their principles are not so strict. It's okay to go for movie here and there. It's okay to eat outside. Once in a while is fine. We have to be practical also. We have to learn how to balance this. So there may be some like that, and some may be like very serious. No, this is not detrimental. I won't eat here. No, I won't do this. So some may be like very seriously. So there are many initiated devotees and different level of kind of they all have different level of lifestyles among them also. So Prabhupada says among many such devotees, one may be found to be very seriously engaged in the service of the Lord and strictly following all the regulatory principles, chanting the prescribed number of rounds on japa beats, and always thinking of how to expand the Krishna consciousness movement. Among so many grihasthas, some are like very eager. Any service you ask them, they are ready. They will do. Some, no, Prabhuji, life is very busy. No. Little bit here and there. It's sufficient for me. And some may be like really striving, both husband, wife, kids. And they invite their friends, have Bhakti Vriksha program at home, cook for devotees. And every day they are engaged. So different devotees, and they all may be at different level of seriousness. Um, very strict. Some may chant while walking here and there, while driving. But some of them maybe get up early in the morning at 5, sit at one place, chant all 16 rounds, pakka. So Prabhupada says one may be found to be very seriously engaged. Um, very pakka on japa, very pakka on regulative principles. And prachar. Such a Vaishnava should be accepted as an Uttamadhikari, a highly advanced devotee, and his association should be sought. So Prabhupada says, seek association of those people. So basically, now same like 5 devotees, all may be chanting for maybe 2 years, 16 rounds. All may be doing the same thing, but then um, um, they may be at different level of faith and sincerity in their practices. So those who are like always thinking of how to spread the mission, very pakka on their chanting. Everything pakka, pakka, pakka. Their association should be sought. We should take more association of them. This is a general instruction. Then how Krishna she's something Srila Prabhupada also speaks about initiation in this verse, because there's like Harinam initiation, Madhyamadikari is Brahman initiation. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Diksha kale bhakta kare atma samarpana. Diksha kale bhakta. What is diksha? What is initiation? So initiation means at the time. Kale means kal means time. At the time of diksha, bhakta kare atma samarpana. Atma samarpana means the devotee surrenders. That's what diksha means. Diksha does not mean a name or wearing 3 rounds of kanti mala, um, or being accepted in a society. Diksha matlab a devotee does atma samarpan. Diksha kale bhakta kare atma samarpan. Um, there is this one example of diksha that comes to my mind of atma samarpan of Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami was going to Jagannath Puri. He was in Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu asked him to stay in Vrindavan and come and see me in Puri. So Sanatana Goswami was going to Puri. On the way to Puri, he drank some water. That water was like infection. It has some infection. So Sanatana Goswami developed boils all over his body, and from his body, uh, pus and blood was oozing out from Sanatana Goswami. So Sanatana Goswami went to Puri and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Sanatana Goswami started staying with Haridas Thakur under Siddha Bakula tree. Sanatana Goswami is such a glorious Vaishnava actually. Sanatana Goswami is like born in a Saraswat Brahmana family, but because he served for a Muslim, he felt he is not qualified and he is not a Brahman anymore. He felt that he is like a low class now because he has served a Muslim king. Although by birth and by activities and by everything, he was first class devotee actually. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu later on told Sanatana Goswami that you are fit to become guru of the entire world. Um, Such a great personality, Sanatana Goswami. But in his humility, he never went and saw Jagannath, because in his humility, he felt that I'm a Malecha. That's why I cannot go. I'm not allowed. Only those who are like Indian, or those who are in Varnashram Dharma, I'm a Malecha. So he would stay and never go and see Jagannath also. But Mahaprabhu himself would come and give darshan to Sanatana Goswami. And Mahaprabhu, when he would come, Mahaprabhu would embrace Sanatana Goswami, and Mahaprabhu's body will be filled with pus, which oozed from the pores of Sanatana Goswami. So when Sanatana Goswami would see Mahaprabhu's body filled with pus and blood, and Sanatana Goswami would feel disgusted that his contamination and his transfer to the Lord. Um, and then one time, Sanatana Goswami, this is why I'm sharing this story. So Sanatana Goswami was so like kind of disgusted with himself in a way that I'm simply committing offenses, I'm offending the Lord also, I'm offending the devotees. So that mood Sanatana Goswami was in, Sanatana Goswami decided, I want to commit suicide. He decided, and he thought, Rath Yatra is coming. When Jagannath cart is moving, I will slay my body under the Jagannath Rath cart and end my life. So that was Sanatana Goswami's plan in his mind. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to see him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Lord. He is in the heart of all living entities. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami, Sanatana, uh, um, because you are initiated. Mahaprabhu actually gave him the name. His name was Sakar Malik. Mahaprabhu gave him the name Sanatana Goswami. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, now this body belongs to me, and I have many things to do with this body. So give up your thoughts, give up such desires. And Mahaprabhu did not say anything, and Mahaprabhu left. Then Sanatana Goswami understood that Mahaprabhu knows what was in his mind. But Mahaprabhu told him that now you are initiated, so now your body belongs to me. Wow. And this is what Atma Samarpan means, that once somebody gets initiated, the body, the time, one's body, one's breath belongs to Guru. So Diksha Kale Bhakta Kare Atma Samarpan. That time he surrender. Surrender means like like a servant, like a surrender. Surrender means now Guru can do whatever he likes with the disciple, whatever instruction. Um, so this is the meaning of Diksha. Uh, Jiva Goswami says, who should take Diksha? Jiva Goswami says, who is disinterested in material enjoyment and who is interested in advancement. If our goal is, I'm serious about my bhakti, my spiritual life, and I don't want to indulge in this material existence. Although desires may be there, I don't want it, and I want advancement. So those who are disinterested does not mean that ichha nahi hai, but they don't want to give into it, and they are interested in their advancement. They then they surrender to Guru, and that is the meaning of Diksha. What happens to the devotee as the result of initiation? Prabhupada says we have seen many examples of this, especially in Europe and America. Many students who come to us from rich and respectable families quickly lose all interest in material enjoyment and become very eager to enter into spiritual life. Although they come from very wealthy families, many of them accept living conditions that are not very comfortable. Indeed, for Krishna's sake, they are prepared to accept any living condition as long as they can live in the temple and associate with the Vaishnavas. When one becomes so disinterested in material enjoyment, he becomes fit for initiation by the spiritual master. So, Prabhupada gave an example of how people come from very wealthy families and very respectable families. And when they come from basically, they may have all the interest in material enjoyment and their lifestyle may be like that. But when they come to Krishna, they become very serious. They quickly lose interest in those things. They are not interested in maintaining richness or anything. Um, they live in a very um, they are happy to live in a very uncomfortable. When the situation not very comfortable, they can live in those conditions also. And their goal is that they really want to deepen their Krishna consciousness, and that becomes like the burning desire. So Prabhupada says those people he becomes fit for initiation by the spiritual master. So that's the meaning of Diksha. For the advancement of spiritual life, like there is one story of Giriraj Maharaj, Giriraj Swami, Prabhupada disciple. Um, and Giriraj Maharaj his father was a judge, a lawyer or a judge, very, very wealthy. Some of you may have heard that story. And Giriraj Maharaj went to India to help Srila Prabhupada um, um, with the construction of Juhu temple. He was very heavily involved, Giriraj Maharaj. That time he was a brahmachari. So then the father was filthy rich. So father came to India because his only son was Giriraj Swami, or the next higher of all the wealth and everything. So his father came and he met Srila Prabhupada in India and he gave Prabhupada a blank check. And he said to Srila Prabhupada, fill any amount you like, $1 million or more, whatever you like. Release my son. I want my son back. Take whatever you want. So Srila Prabhupada told the father, take your son. We don't want your money. You take your son. We are not holding him here. Then the father talked to the son. Then the son went to Prabhupada and Giriraj Prabhu that time. He told Prabhupada that Swamiji, please take the money and take me also. We both belong to you. So Prabhupada says we are not forcing anybody. They are just not interested in material life anymore. And they are interested only in advancement Krishna consciousness. Later on, he took sannyas. Um, I don't know what happened to their father and mother later on, but he's a sannyasi with so many disciples, Giriraj Maharaj. So Prabhupada says, when one becomes so disinterested in material enjoyment, he becomes fit for initiation by spiritual master. It's not that, it's not they're not immature. Immature means no, not immature. Um, but their desire is Krishna. Their desire is not the wealth and position and fame and power and role and their goal, life's goal is Krishna. They should get initiated. For the advancement of spiritual life, Srimad Bhagavatam prescribes tapasa brahmacharyena samena cha damena cha. When a person is serious about accepting Diksha, he must be prepared to practice austerity, tapasa. If somebody wants initiation, he should be prepared to practice some tapa. Our tapa, our austerity, one devotee said, our tapa is get up early in the morning and chant you 16 rounds. That's austerity actually. Another austerity is cooperate with devotees. Uh, uh, that is another austerity. But anyways, he must be prepared to practice some austerity. Then austerity, Lord Krishna also describes austerity as austerity of body, austerity of mind, austerity of speech. Mind means paying obeisances and um, satisfied with what ones have, satisfaction, grave. These are we will discuss more in 17th chapter Bhagavad Gita when we come to Bhagavad Gita course. Um, so one must be prepared to practice austerity, celibacy, brahmacharya, celibacy. It is also said that one should be strict as much as possible. That if one is accepting diksha, there should be no semen loss. If one is accepting diksha, um, but it should be used only for procreation of children. Um, uh, use because it loses all the energy. Use the full energy to actively serve Krishna. So tapasa brahmacharya samena cha damena cha. Control the body and control the mind and control of mind and body. It's very hard. But when one is trying to practice, and these are the signs of sincerity, and this is what one wants, this is the goal, then one must accept a guru. If one is so prepared and is desirous of receiving spiritual enlightenment, Divya Jnanam, he is fit for being initiated. So, initiation is not like in India or some places, initiation is like a social taboo. Or you are initiated, I am also initiated. But initiation is a sign of sincerely achieving the goal. And now I am eager. Now tell me what to do. That person should get initiated. Have a guru who will guide them. Divyam Jnanam is technically called Tadvigyana or knowledge about the apps. Tadvigyanartham Sagurum Eva Bigachet. When one is interested in the transcendental subject matter of the absolute truth, he should be initiated. Another thing Prabhupada said, initiated, who should be initiated? When one is eager, okay, tell me about Krishna, my relationship with Krishna, how to awaken that, how to deepen and um, learn. When one is interested in the subject matter of the absolute truth, I really want, I'm eager to know, I'm eager to hear, I'm eager to understand. Um, attain perfection, be guided. When one is interested in such subject matter, then that person should be initiated. Such a person should approach a spiritual master in order to take Diksha. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.321 also prescribes Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta Jigyasu Shreya Uttama. When one is actually interested in the transcendental science of the absolute truth, he should approach a spiritual master. Again, it's similar. This is from Bhagavatam also. If you are interested in science of Krishna, science of absolute, then approach a spiritual master. Okay, any discussion up to now? Diksha, what is Diksha according to Mahaprabhu from the example of Sanatana Goswami? Um, who should accept Diksha? Any discussion on this? Okay. Then who is the proper candidate to advance in Krishna consciousness? One should know for certain that without chanting the holy name of the Lord offenselessly, one cannot be a proper candidate for advancement in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says the proper candidate is one who is serious about offenselessly chanting the holy name. We hear many times, Srila Prabhupada says, 99.9% of our progress is based on chanting the holy names of Krishna. And one who is very serious to carefully avoid offenses and sincerely chant is a proper candidate for advancement. How to grow from Kanishtha to Uttama? Everyone Prabhupada says, like, how can I make go higher um, stage of bhakti? Everyone begins his devotional life from the neophyte stage. But if one properly finishes chanting the prescribed number of rounds of Harinam, he is elevated step by step to the highest platform, Uttamadhikari. One time a devotee, very advanced Uttamadhikari, and very deep, and he asked all the devotees, he is giving a talk. I know him personally and he's such an exalted Vaishnava. And then he said, do you all want to experience what I experience? Everybody raised their hands. Because he's such a deep Vaishnava, we know that he has such a deep taste. And when he leads Kirtan, it's like, everything changed, the whole environment changes. So we also want to experience what he's experiencing. And he was very honest, and it was a closed group, closely related people. Then he said, do you all want to experience what I experience? We said, yes. Then he says, just keep chanting. He's practicing for 45 years now. So he said, just keep chanting. So Prabhupada says that's if you want to go from Kanishta to Uttama, it's just keep chanting. Um, mm, Properly finish your 16 rounds, and step by step you will be elevated to Uttamadhikari. We have witnessed that some of our contemporaries who are supposed to be great preachers have gradually fallen into the material conception of life because they have failed to chant the holy name of the Lord. But if somebody fails to chant, then they will be disempowered. But if sincerely chant, they will be empowered. Prescribed number of rounds, Srila Prabhupada says the Krishna consciousness movement prescribes 16 rounds daily because people in the Western countries cannot concentrate for long periods while chanting on beats. Therefore, the minimum number of rounds is prescribed. However, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, unless one chants at least 64 rounds of japa, 100,000 names, he is considered fallen, patita. According to his calculation, practically every one of us is fallen. But because we are trying to serve the Supreme Lord with all seriousness and without duplicity, we can expect the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is famous as Patita Pavana, the deliverer of the fallen. So Prabhupada says 64 is the standard. And Prabhupada says, but because we are trying to be sincere, Prabhupada says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will deliver us even with 16 rounds. This is like how Prabhupada brought the standard down at our level. Prabhupada says if we see from the angle of Saswati Thakur, we are all fallen souls. But then um, uh, we are trying to serve the Supreme Lord in little way we can, with seriousness and without duplicity. So we can expect Mahaprabhu's mercy to come upon us. What is the basis of this division? The main basis is Shraddhavana Jana Hai Bhakti Adhikari Uttama Madhyama Kanishta Shraddha Anusari. It is based on Shraddha Anusari, based on faith. One is Kanishta Madhyama. Uttama faith is very high. Kanishta faith is very pliable, weak. Madhyama faith is intermediate. Um, and then Uttamadhikari. I think we are almost coming to the end. The last section of Uttamadhikari. And Uttamadhikari is not interested in blaspheming others. This is one sign of Uttamadhikari. He never blasphemes anybody. He has no interest in blaspheming others. His heart is completely clean. He has attained the realized state of unalloyed Krishna con, pure devotees. Out of many such Vaishnava, this we read, I think. Then an Uttama Adhikari Vaishnav can be recognized by his ability to convert many fallen souls to Vaishnavism. Um, uh, Prabhupada says one can see Uttama Adhikari by how he has um, converted many fallen souls to Vaishnavism. Uttama Adhikari is uncritical, does not find fault in anybody. He is pure, he has realized his spiritual identity. He is seriously engaged in serving the Lord. He strictly follows the four regulative principles. He is always thinking about how to expand Krishna consciousness. He is disinterested in material enjoyment. He can become a guru. How many have taken to Krishna consciousness, one can see, and he is offenseless in chanting. So these are the symptoms of Uttamadhikari. Uttamadhikari is a stage of um, Ruchi and beyond. Ruchi, Ashakti, Bhava, Prem. Uttamadhikari also, there is Uttama Kanishta, Uttama Madhyama, Uttama, various level of Uttamadhikaris. Uh, Okay, who is a pure devotee? This is the last slide, I think. When one is situated on a neophyte platform, one cannot understand the devotional ingredients of a pure unalloyed devotee. Srila Prabhupada says when we are neophyte, when we are Kanashta, we cannot understand pure devotees. However, when the novice or the neophyte engages in devotional service, especially in deity worship, and follows the order of bona fide spiritual master, he is a pure devotee. Anyone can take advantage of hearing about Krishna consciousness from such a devotee and thus gradually become purified. In other words, any devotee who believes that the holy name of the Lord is identical with the Lord is a pure devotee, even though he may be in a neophyte stage. By his association, others may become Vaishnava. This is very nice, actually. So Prabhupada gave a definition of pure devotee. Like he brings down the Prabhupada, here Prabhupada is saying, he gives another definition of pure devotee. One level of pure devotee is unalloyed devotion and like who is pure at heart. Another definition of pure devotee, Prabhupada says, is one who is strictly following, strictly chanting and strictly following Guru and Krishna. And Prabhupada says, even those, see, one may not be pure at heart, one may be a neophyte, one may be a Kanishta, but can be a pure devotee. This here Prabhupada says, even a Kanishta Adhikari can be a pure devotee. And Prabhupada says, pure devotee means he is sincere, he strictly follows, he worship the deities, and he follows the order of bona fide spiritual master. And Prabhupada says, even when we hear from such people who are following their gurus, who worship the deities in the temple, um, when we hear from them, they can also transform our heart, even though they may be neophyte. Still, their association. So basically, Prabhupada, like one reporter asked Prabhupada, so how many pure devotees in your movement, Swamiji? So Prabhupada looked around. There were many devotees with Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, how many of you are there today with me? So they said, Prabhupada, we are 25. So Prabhupada told the reporter, we have today around 25 pure devotees. So Prabhupada was emphasizing this point that the pure devotee does not mean like one who has attained prema for Krishna. Um, this is very nice. Anyone can take advantage of hearing about Krishna consciousness from such a devotee, even though they may be a neophyte devotee. But if they're worshipping deity, following their spiritual master, and thus gradually become purified. And that's our Vaishnava society. It's not that our ISKCON has um, um, a lot of devotees who have attained Krishna Prem. That is a very, very advanced stage. But ISKCON is full of devotees who are engaged in deity worship and who are serving, who are following their spiritual master. And that's why there is so much potency still. Okay. So that's all I have. Are there any discussion? No discussions? No questions? Okay. Um, is Wednesday okay for us for verse 6?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, it's okay for me.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. I hope others who are not speaking, we have that agreement also. We'll do at 8 p.m. as some of you requested earlier is better.
That's next week. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Dear Prabhujis and Matajis, my humble obeisance. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavendra ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you for joining. Dhanvad Pranam Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji Mataji Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam.
Dhanvad Pranam. Itki Mataji Hari.